Hey everyone, I'm going to walk through one of the smartboard setups and enrollment for you real quick in a video. There's in typed up instructions if you want to rather look at those instead of my ugly face. Right now I've got in front of me one of the ones that's on a stand, but for the wall it's going to be very similar, just a little less steps. So if you're working with one of these guys on a stand, one thing you're going to want to check is the antennas, actually both of them. Make sure you've got an antenna 1 and antenna 2 threaded on. Make sure you've got, what is that, the touch controller USB cable, HDMI plugged in. You've got a secondary HDMI cable plugged in, and the audio in, that's a really hard one to see. Audio in cable plugged in. All right. That part's done. On the back here. All right, make sure you've got your 2 control wires plugged in. It's these guys here. Make sure you've got that, one on each side. There's 1, there's 2. You've got in the A1 plug, you've got the control wire with all of its fanciness. Got 2 screws for that guy. Don't forget the unlock technique, which is like what, 1, 2, 3, and then you can adjust it. All right. Put some pegs in here to mount the power strip to. Plug in the controller for the stand and then the power to the board. Power to the board is back here, and then also power switches right here. Run your power strip out. Connect it to the surge protector in the wall, and that about sums that up. Not too bad. All right, now remote, got batteries, plug those in. For some reason this one had extra batteries, so if you're missing batteries, I might have them. Comes with 2 pens. What we're gonna do is attach 1 pen, open it, stick it to the front of the board. The other one we're gonna hang on to and give to like technology assistants, librarians, those people, they can hang on to them for them. All right, so let's move around here to enrollment. So enrollment's not too bad. A few steps. So you're gonna choose United States, obviously, and next. And then we're gonna name the board. So naming scheme is school abbreviation dash RM, and then, or mobile if it's a mobile unit. So this one came from Peakview, so PKVES, and whoops, dash RMB7. You can check out the document if you need more help on how to name that, but that's pretty standard. We've been doing it for a long time. All right, next. Don't need to choose language, it's already there. Now we're choosing our Eastern Daylight Savings Time, and it's gonna ask for the date. Just make sure you're pretty close in your time. And this is all, yeah, good. And there's a weird little bug, like when it first tries to connect to Wi-Fi, it doesn't show any Wi-Fi networks. Just hit the back button and then hit next again, and it'll show the Wi-Fi networks. You don't need to type any passwords in. Just choose guest network. And once it says connected, you can click next. Leave all this stuff alone, next. And you're finished, yay. It's gonna come up and say it's updating. It's probably not gonna update. Just sit there for like 30 seconds or whatever and wait it out. If it updates, sorry, just leave it, let it go, I guess. Come back later. But it should clear up pretty quickly. Yeah, and then it'll go to the tutorial, but you can just skip the tutorial. And then we're out of the board. So we're gonna go to settings, and we're gonna enroll this thing in the management console. So scroll down to remote management and settings. And we're gonna toggle on remote management, and we're gonna launch the remote management settings. This one's gonna give me an extra step than what you're gonna have, because this one's already been enrolled, and I'm basically gonna re-enroll it. So we're gonna accept the checkbox. We're gonna type Rockingham. This is all so complicated. Rockingham, and enroll, done. All right, you'll know you've gotten it. You get a nice big blue check mark. So you can hit the home button to get out, or toggle from like up here, there's an exit button. Either way, get you back to settings, and then when we're in the settings, we're going to change a couple of things. We're going to go to security, and then we're going to go over and turn off make the password visible. Don't want that on. We're going to go to screen share, and we're going to set the require permission on, because we don't want kids just sending it to the board without any permission. Let me check, see if I'm missing anything. Yeah, so one more thing. We need to go to power, and we're gonna adjust the energy modes. Let's do screen timeout for like 2. Again, the teacher can adjust these and tweak them as they want to. It doesn't really matter, but just some defaults. And we'll set the mode shut down to 5 hours, give it a little bit longer. All right, now we're gonna go back home. And on the home page, they kind of wanted to tweak this just a little bit. So they don't want the player app showing up there. So if you go into apps and then unfavorite it, pretty easy. All right, and then we're gonna go back home, and there's one more little tweak they wanted, which is going to the browser. They want Google to be kind of the default, or give them sort of that by default. So if you go to www.google.com and then go back home again, just favorite that, and it'll put it over here in their favorites instead of in the recents. So again, I went to recents and tapped the favorite button, and it puts it over here in favorites. And then we're gonna press and hold on that, and it's kind of hard to see, but there's a little X. Hit the X, and now we're left with just favorites and Google. So that makes things a little quicker for them. That's it, guys. I know, a little longer than I thought it was gonna take, but still not too bad.